Yo, mate, what up? Welcome to another Lawn Tip Pod. Join the boys on the job. Lawn Tips Pod, come on.
Welcome to episode number, do you know?
25?
I think you might be right. I always get this wrong, man.
Take it.
It's so bad. So today, welcome to Nick.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see you, mate. No, it's good to have you on the pod, mate. Today we've been out filming a ton of content, so big day today.
Massive.
What time we start? 7:30? Oh,
Yeah,
7:50 by the time you got here.
Yeah.
And it's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so
Just bulk videos.
into it, sweating
Bulk.
like crazy, smashing it out. But we've had good fun.
Yeah, it's been a good day. It's been
Yeah,
good fun. We've got a nice 24 and sunny, and stripes are looking crisp on the green
They
out there.
are,
It's
It's
nice.
looking quite nice, yeah. Cracker of a day compared to what I thought it was going to be. But anyway, today I have some fun. We'll talk a bit about Nick and a bit of his journey along the way with his lawn care journey and then have some fun with it.
Sounds good.
Let's do it. All right, Bruss, just if there's anyone that doesn't know who you are, can you introduce yourself, chat about what you do and sort of,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So my Instagram handle is lawnsingoodnick, and yeah, YouTube and that sort of thing as well. So got started on social media. I think it's 4.5 years ago. And yeah, prior to that, just bought our first house and got down the rabbit hole of watching YouTube videos and lawn tip vids and whatnot. And just got into the hobby and loved it, and then was sharing it on my personal Instagram and stuff like that. And my wife encouraged me, was like, you got to start a page. And I resisted for a long time, and then eventually decided to start it up. And like a lot of these sort of things, I think it just gradually snowballed over time. And now it's it's basically a job for me. It provides an income with all the different streams and things that I do. And a lot of days of the week are dedicated to a few days of the week are dedicated to making the content, and then I do a lot of my editing, like we we're just talking about. Do a lot of my editing sort of nighttime and early mornings and things like that when I've got the time.
Nice.
Spend a couple of days a week home with the two youngest kids who are 8 months and 4. And so just try and make it all work. And it's something that like brand deals and the way it's all sort of become monetized as well. It's something we've been chatting about a bit today. It sort of goes from pure hobby and I made a couple of bucks to like now it's you kind of got responsibilities and stuff for it.
Crazy.
It becomes more like a job, but still to be able to do lawn care and make videos
and it's your job.
out of it's pretty cool. You can't complain.
You can't, man. So weird question, but I like asking this to people who do content too, because I find, like, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
It depends on the environment.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
If I'm with a group of people I'm comfortable with, I could be the loudest voice and making jokes and like really, comfortable.
Yep.
Whereas in certain environments where I maybe don't know people or I'll be pretty like, could come across as rude, I think. Sometimes. I think sometimes people might think, oh, geez, like, you might know of my social media presence and be like, oh, I thought he'd be out there or whatever.
Yep.
And I might come across as rude because I'm a bit like,
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Or just you don't know people in certain environments I'm not that comfortable in, I guess. But so probably, it depends.
Yeah, I'd say I'm like an extroverted introvert. So I'm definitely an introvert, but depending on the situation, who I'm chatting with and that. But I like asking that question because I find there's a lot more introverts doing behind camera stuff, like talking in front of a camera, because technically people always ask me, how are you an introvert if you're talking behind a camera? I'm like, well, you're not talking to someone. Yeah. You're basically talking to yourself the whole time,
exactly.
Even though you're technically talking to people. So I'm always interested in that sort of thing. Like, and I would have picked up, I don't know, I would have said you were more of an extrovert actually, but that's what people say about me. So
like, even like I'd say as an environment, like within my footy club, like, I'm the oldest player at the footy club at the ripe old age of 30.
Must be some young guys.
It's a pretty young list. But like, a lot of the young guys, like they go out together on weekends and stuff. I'm just more interested in playing and kind of, have a meal after training and then head home. Like I'm not going out with them and all that sort of stuff. So, that's where a lot of friendships can be made and stuff as well.
Different season of life though, too. You got kids and then
exactly.
your wife,
like, just different stuff. Like I play on a Saturday and then I, head home. And they go out till 4 a.m, which is just different stages of life, some of the young guys. But for me in that environment, it's just like, I'm just one of the guys over there, just some, just the old dude. Who,
So weird, just the old dude.
Yeah, doesn't come to the pub with us or do anything, and it's kind of like,
just that old grumpy fella. He's getting a couple of greys in his hair,
Not grumpy, maybe if I'm on the lead and they miss the kick or something. But it's all environment dependent.
Yeah. I like asking that question. So how did you actually first get into grass, and like how did you find interest in it?
Well, I think I've always, I've just, similar to you, what you've said, about a bit of OCD, you like to, your property, you like to maintain it.
Love to look at things tidy, yeah.
Yeah, so I've always probably had that. And then when we renovated our first house, we were just stripping away plasterboard, kitchen, and chucking it out on the front lawn.
Yep.
And it was disgusting. It was a mess. And it was kike though, so it was looked dead. But I was still out there and found myself, with a hose and watering it, and it came back through because it was kike and it was summer and stuff like that, and then start mowing it. I've actually got a photo, which is the first day I remember kind of actually looking back, standing back after mowing it and going, that looks all right, that's not bad.
That's when you know you got the bug.
Yeah.
That's when it clicks for you.
Yeah, that's it. And that's when, I don't remember exactly, but that's where I would have gone to, which is clever to make the name Lawn Tips, because I would have gone to YouTube or something.
That's exactly why I did
tips.
it. Yeah. That's why I did it.
So got me. But yeah, and that's just where it's sort of snowballed from there. And I can recall, early days going and putting out granular onto a frosty lawn probably, and making all those kind of mistakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you just pick up things along the way and see what works and what doesn't. And it's just kind of became a process of learning it all. And then, that's when it came to the Instagram. It was like, I've obviously learned tons more over the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
But, you start off and you're like, I know some stuff. I'll do a little post about what wedding agent is and, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
so did you start off more how-to kind of stuff, or you more were documenting what you were doing? How did you start it?
Yeah, definitely not advice more so when I started. It was more so just here's a photo of my lawn.
Yeah, gotcha.
I wasn't even interested at the start, and that's one thing I said to Kate. I was like, nah, but I don't want to make videos and get my face on there and stuff.
Because were you a bloke that wouldn't post photos before that? You never post pictures of you and Kate, or
Oh no, I was definitely a social media.
You still put
user,
stuff up, yeah,
but different to a public account.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because it was all right, I'll make the account. It's not going to be private, which my your personal Facebook and stuff is.
Yes,
it was a matter of make it public, and then. Actually, to be honest, I've heard this from a few people, and I'd be interested to know what you reckon. But I've gone back at times and looked at early videos and been like, it's actually not that bad.
It's not, no.
It's not completely awful cringe, I can't believe I put that on the internet. It's not,
I think my only video that I think of that is my first video I ever uploaded. Talking to the camera, the lawn striper, because I was
it's funny.
G'day guys, how you going? Real, just chilling.
Yeah, it's funny, eh? It just, and that's one thing I think that you see with people who are, who make accounts and get into it and stuff. I think you just kind of have an eye for it sometimes. You can watch something and you'll be like, I need to cut out that half a second because it was really...
disengages things,
just it's a bit shoddy, and then it makes it flow much nicer and it creates a lot nicer video. And so sometimes you do get a bit of an eye for it over time.
Yeah,
and even from the start, you're like, that music's off, I need to adjust that. Whereas and I think it's one of those things you kind of can see it or you can't.
So for you, content creation, that's basically your main gig. You'd almost call yourself a content creator.
Yeah.
Do you like influencer? Yeah, nah, it's filthy. Disgusting. That's for other people.
that's for makeup tutorials.
Yeah, exactly. But what part of the process do you think you enjoy the most? Filming it, chatting to people along the way, and getting to know about people, from the interactions you have, editing, what is probably the thing you find maybe the most natural or easy to do as part of the journey?
I like probably the editing part the most.
Yep.
I like probably the recording stuff. It can be a bit annoying sometimes. Like you always, your angles and stuff you get at the start of a scalp or at a Renault or something, you always get better video angles and stuff at the start. And then by the end, it's just like, time lapse.
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah. Because it's so much work, eh?
Yeah, like sometimes it's annoying, like especially for me on my Kaiku, which is 470 squares in the backyard, to mow and fertilize it is like a 4-hour job.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And because you're moving the camera consistently.
Like you organise your mics, you set up, you get out there. Well, for me as well, I write down and make a plan for the video so I know that it's going to kick, more so dot points of just like, make sure I cover these points in this kind of flow so that it makes a better video is what I've learned over time. And then actually doing the mow, mixing it up, moving cameras, doing it all. Not necessarily to sook about it, but just to like explain it, that it does, to no filming completely from walking into the shed to finish cleaning out the spray is probably half an hour. Yeah. And mow is probably a double cuts, maybe 40, 45 minutes for me. So, a little over an hour. But as soon as you add in making a video, because I'm getting short form videos and long form videos. Yeah,
that's the difference for you too. Like you're doing YouTube and you're doing your Instagram.
And so then it's, easy. You just got to be like, as much, as annoying as it is, where you're like, I've just got to, because for me in between school pickup hours, I've got essentially 4.5 hours.
Which is nothing.
Yeah.
It's a small amount of time.
Yeah. So I'm like basically a day.
So if you get a rain day, you're like, well, that's me week. Like I sort of can't really do much.
Yeah, a little bit. Which I've got 3 days a week for 4.5 hours to make all my videos, which I think I already said. But so it's like you got to make the most of it. And sometimes there's plenty of other things I want to get done, and it's like, look, if I just get to, just try and enjoy it more, enjoy a day of mowing fert, and even if I wish I could get more stuff done, it's like, that's what it was today. Yeah. Something you said there as well, I was going to say earlier, but engaging with the audience and stuff, that's definitely something I enjoy. And I think it's especially when earlier on you get to know all the names in your DMs, and there's still plenty of names that I know and I see.
I know a lot I see profile pictures and I remember people buy profile pictures sometimes. It's really, really weird. And if they change profile pic, I'm like, who's that bloke again? Yeah. Because there's so many names you see.
Yeah. But like you just get to know the names. And so even now if I'm flicking through messages, so I just got to a point where I was like, I just can't. Yeah. I just can't keep up.
It gets hectic.
For you, it's different as with the business more so. And like for me as well, like if I could reply to every message, not that it's about that. It's about like I love engaging with the community, but it would be.
But there's one bloke doing it. So when I was doing it by myself, I couldn't get back to everyone. Now they've got people working for me, like my brothers. Yeah, we get back to every single message. If we've missed it, it's either going to junk folder or something. We just haven't seen it. So, but it's near it's so hard.
Like I spend hours on my phone on Instagram, intentionally using Instagram to be editing, to be uploading, to be typing captions, to then, trying to reply to some messages, and even just like I'll take a week sometimes to get back to friends within the industry, let alone going into the folders of people asking questions and stuff. And it's like, I genuinely do, like, there was times where I'd like get up extra early. I get up at 5:30 to be up for an hour before the kids got up. Yep. And just sit there and just bang, 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 reply to as many messages as I can.
But then they just come back to you 2 hours later and you have to reply again.
Well, do you know what? Something that also kind of put me off at times was sometimes I would do that and I would chew through, like, of proper responses, I'd chew through, like, say, a good 40. So, in an hour, maybe some people you spending 4 or 5 minutes to send them a product link and do stuff. And something that I kind of, at times I found, and I don't know how you probably get the same now, but like you'd put all this effort and you'd send 40 good quality messages, good quality replies back, and you might only get like 10 people that reply and say thank you, or and so that's where for me now, especially if someone's really blunt and they're just like, how get good grass, I just don't even reply.
Oh, because it's not very relational. It's just very much, give me the advice, see ya. Like
I don't need someone to suck up to me.
No.
And be like, oh, you're the king or anything. But if just someone's like friendly and like, hey, mate, like, love your videos, blah, 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 it makes me a lot more like, oh, this person's being friendly. Yeah. And it makes me more likely to go, oh, I'm in the middle of something right now, but I'll quickly try and apply this message.
It's such a tricky thing in this world because like you wouldn't go to even like your wife, for example, and go ask her about, like, people wouldn't message her and say, they'd pay for that advice. Do you know what I mean? There's people that would send, they'd pay for that most of the time. You do help people out here and there, but when you want to go in depth. But when it comes to grass, I find people just expect
Yep.
like that free help, which I still do that and we still help out with that. But it's just such a funny. I've spoken to a few other guys in the industry because I chat to the guys at Lawn Hub. I used to chat to the guys at Lawn Pride, a couple of the other businesses out there, and they all say it's never ending, and like people just keep asking and don't expect to pay anything.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just the industry we're in, and like it's tricky. Like I still help blokes that want to go buy products from Bunnings and they want to go get it from anywhere in the world, but it's hard to keep on top of it when there's such high expectation for people to get in and help.
Yeah.
Which I can understand, like why it's so hard for you to even get back to people with that, and it doesn't stop.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, even sometimes on Instagram, you might post a funny story or something and you get like 40 story replies and it's like, oh crap. It's just, you know,
Yeah, and you feel bad too,
it's
though.
just too much in there.
It
but
is, yeah.
yeah, I think like there's definitely names that I see now, and because I don't know, my Instagram automatically did it at some point, but I've got like a primary, general, and requests folder.
Yep.
And so there's people, I normally would keep the primary for like people like you and like Shane and like Luke and stuff like that.
I do the same thing.
And like friends and stuff. And then, but then there's people that have like followed me since they were in the first 1,000 or something like that. And like names I recognize that I move into there because I want to be able to see their messages. And because
they're important to you because they've been
long
around.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I find the same thing. There's people, and I had like 100 subscribers and I still remember the names.
Yeah.
Some of those people, like it's crazy. Just, it's just nuts.
Do you know what is bloody gold as well? Like people like that comment on every YouTube video and stuff like that. And they're the sort of people that are big supporters who are probably listening or watching this. But like, it's so nice.
It is,
and I've even had that recently sometimes where people just like are commenting to help the algorithm sort of
Yeah,
thing.
and it's like, thanks guys, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Whereas it's something like, I'm not a good commenter when like even pre-starting my Instagram, like I chuck out a heap of likes. Like I'll always like and show support like that. I'm not a big commenter, and I try to do it more and more.
Yeah.
And even just like sharing other lawn guys' videos to my story and stuff when they've you know, good videos and stuff. But yeah, to anyone who's listening, watching this, like helps a lot.
Yeah,
like
and we appreciate it. Yeah.
Even just comments that'll be like, oh, another great vid made or something. Like it's nice.
It is.
It actually does help.
So it's a bit more of a serious one. If you don't have an answer for this, it's fine. But where do you see yourself in like 5 years with what you're doing at the moment? Do you want to still be doing this in 5 years? Do you want to, like, what's your, you might not even have a goal for it, but what are you hoping for? What do you think might happen? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it a few times, and I'm like, because sometimes I enjoy the actual labour of shoveling soil than I do being really public facing and stuff, and it ebbs and flows, I think, and sometimes it can be really like I can allow myself, I would say, to phrase it like that, I allow myself to get frustrated by when views are low and when you put heaps of effort into a video and you're like, oh, this is going to be a good one, and then it doesn't do well, and you're like, fuck, it's just so annoying. And you post some random crap that gets 1 million views and you're like, well, why? Why? Like, this video would have actually been helpful and good, you know? And like, wow. And I think detaching myself a lot from views, like I used to probably be a lot more up and down, and I
was similar, man. Yep.
Whereas now I can kind of, like it happened last week, woke up the next morning and a video that was actually talking about top dressing. It was like actually a helpful one about top dressing, not just like an edit or something, but it was like, had like 140K views overnight.
Nice.
And it was just kind of like, I was kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Solid, yeah.
That's good.
But it's not like that whole dopamine hit, like you're not waiting for that.
Yeah,
because there is dopamine involved when it comes to likes, and you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah. But I wasn't like over the moon about it, like I might have been in the first 6 months of social media. And just the same, if I'd have got up the next day and it had 5,000 or 6,000 views, which for me now is like, would be quite low. I'm like, I would be a bit more like, oh, that's annoying, and carry on. It's a bit more stable. So anyway, in terms of like, there's times I would say in following on from that I've been pretty pessimistic and frustrated about social media. And I'm like, oh, you know, how could I, like, it's just annoying, and what else could I do or would I do, and that sort of thing. But I think I've definitely tried to give myself a bit of a pep talk in the last, you know, definitely a few months, especially, to be like, look, at the moment I can bring in a pretty nice wage into the household that contributes to Kate's finance business and what she does. and still be able to do school pick up and drop off every day.
Yeah,
Spend 2
nice.
days a week home with Grace
Yeah.
and Hudson.
It's good.
You know, work in the hours that I have, and I have to work, you know, nights and mornings technically with editing and doing stuff, but I still I like that part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do you know what, the lifestyle that it gives me, to be able to talk about lawns, do projects.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm like, you know, 5 years time, probably, I don't know.
Well, the kids
especially
will be a
with-
bit older too at that stage, so they'll probably be all at school.
Yeah, and I mean, like us going into this business that we're doing, like, you know, that could be something that's great for us as a business, in terms of bringing in income for many years to come, and for us to be out there talking about it,
Yeah.
is what's going to drive traffic to that. So, you know, kind of continuing to sign yourself on to stay in social media. We couldn't just launch this and then never make a video again.
See you later, mate.
Because no one's going to see it, are they? You know, so it's like I'm pretty locked in, and I've got you know, obligations to different brands and stuff as well. And it's like I can completely understand how Kate would turn around if I said, "Look, I'm done. I'm quitting social media tomorrow." She'd be like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool." But you know, how we as a family are replacing that income, and the flexibility that we currently have is pretty good. So I've sort of tried to snap myself out of having a sook about when things are up and down with social media at times, and it can be a frustrating thing. But you know, I think the pros outweigh the cons. By a long way.
Oh,
So,
anything.
yeah.
That's like anything in life, isn't it? Like, no matter what job you go to, there's gonna be things that you love and things that you don't like. I mean, even for me, like, I love what I do day in.
Do you
day
see
out.
yourself doing lawn tips till you retire?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll do it today. Yep, till I retire, and I'll
And still
pass
making
it.
YouTube videos and stuff?
Yeah,
And-
even if there's people not watching, I think I just love even like from now and looking back to 5 years ago and just seeing where I was at, and like there's some videos with the kids in it, which is a different perspective of looking at my kids at those certain ages. Like, it's not that I involve the kids much anymore, but it's cool just to see. Like, you can almost, it takes you back to that person you were at that point in time, because you always change, you grow, become a different person as time goes on. But no, I'd never stop doing it. Like, I love it. If I was to stop anything, like, I'd still rather be doing content than selling product.
Yeah.
But I also love the interaction of helping people out with that. So, No, I love it. And I don't think I'd ever stop it.
Like, you're definitely a lot more entrenched into the whole ecosystem than I am, I would say.
Yeah, but if
with the lawn
I
tips business.
felt that tomorrow it was done and dusted, I'd stop. Like, I never want to be like, that's some goal I've always had since before I started work as a kid. Like, I always want to be somewhere that I love what I'm doing and I'm still passionate about it. As soon as I lose that passion, either try and fix it, or it's probably time to change season, which is a crazy thing. Like, but I always want to do something that I feel like I should be doing, I guess.
Yeah, which even for you, like being able to be your own boss, I guess there's plenty of other things you can do within the industry if you did want to stop.
If I go back to greenkeeping, if worst came to worst and I had to, I mean, I love, because Emma doesn't work, so it's great that she can be a stay-at-home mum, look after the kids and stuff. Like, it's really, really good. So what I do, he helps do that for her. But if we had to, she'd go back to work and I'd go back to greenkeeping. Like, there's always options. Like,
that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but having that as a family and how things run, it's like...
I love it. I do. And I always wanted to do business when I was younger, but never thought it would happen. And then I didn't even know what business looked like. It just happened,
Well, speak of business, before we yap on for hours, should we talk about what we're doing?
Yeah. Let's take a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll get into it. All right, mate. So the reason you're here is, well, we wanted to hang out for one.
Oh, yeah.
Good to actually meet up in person for once.
Yeah.
I think we've just chatted on the phone and Instagram mostly over the
From
years.
hours of phone calls and texts and all that sort of stuff.
And finally meeting you. You're a bit taller than I thought you were.
Yeah, you're a good kisser in person.
Mate, you weren't supposed to bring that up. Dang it. I'll cut. Josh, when you're editing this, just cut it. I think maybe Taylor will it. But no, tell me why you're here. I mean, I know why.
Yeah.
Tell the people.
So we're teaming up to make a new business. So we we've both over the years done a lot of work into helping people with their lawns. I think obviously clearly yourself far more than myself with, the Lawn Tips business and all the emails and everything.
But I reckon you've reached a lot more people like Instagram and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I
you've
mean,
got a big,
it's different, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're more so probably emails and stuff like that, and obviously along with YouTube, and mine's been a lot of short form content predominantly, and YouTube and stuff as well, obviously to a smaller audience than yours, but
Still.
yeah, so like it's just helping people with their lawns. And so my wife actually was looking into solutions for her finance business and looking into some technology and AI, that filthy word, AI. But yeah, just looking into ways that she could optimize things for her business, and then was like, you should do this for lawns.
I love that. She's got an entrepreneur brain.
She
100% does.
fully dialed into it. She's
Like,
fully.
I reckon you could do this. Reminds me of there's a lot of people I know, but she actually implements them, which is entrepreneur. There's people that have got ideas that'll throw at me. I'm like, mate, that's not
Something I
going to
still
work.
bully her about sometimes is when she went a full deep dive onto a business of importing tiny homes. She fully was like, yeah, it'll work like this, and we'll import them, and we'll get
Oh, I
this
love that,
factory,
though.
and
Good
this
on
is the
her.
margin on them, and it was like, and then it just faded away. Like her ADHD just went boom for a
What was the
while.
margin on that?
I
Can you
can't
remember?
I can't, it was a while ago.
I'm going to call her up and start a business with her on that. I'm joking.
It could have been pre-COVID, like it was a while ago. But yeah, so as then, we got into the process of building it and what it could look like, and then we brought you on board and just been able to think the brand power of us together. And obviously you're more of a heavily YouTube audience, mine's more of a short form content audience,
Which
and
complements each other pretty well, I think.
think so,
because
yeah.
and we get a bit of different perspective because there's different kinds of people that watch short form only.
Yeah.
And you get the different people, and you'll see it because you do a lot of both. I mean, I do a bit of both, but Instagram's not my forte.
Yeah, and I mean, I've got like a bit of a community building there on YouTube, which is fun. But anyway, so like it was like how we can bring you on board, work together, and so then we've the idea is personalised lawn care. So personalised lawn care advice to help people out. Yeah, and so people will be able to. We've trained the system, so we've put in all of like your ebooks and my lawn care guides and your lawn care guides and any articles and emails and videos and all of this stuff, because probably a limitation if people go on and ask questions just in a Google search or ChatGPT is that it's going to pull advice from all over the world. Whereas
It can be very generic, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
and inaccurate sometimes as well. Yeah, more than sometimes probably.
And the amount of people I've even seen people read stuff on pre-emergent, then use it on their lawn, and then they put seed out and their seed doesn't come up. Like there's so many little variables that come into place with all this. But one of the big things we've always talked about is like AI is one of those. It's one of those dirty words. It's like it's good. Like, and if you're not using it and you're like out of it, you may fall behind in the world we're currently in. But it's still, I still toy around with it like as a bit like, should I be using this? Shouldn't I be using this? A little bit skeptical, but like I think there's a good place for it. And like when we first started talking about this, because a problem I've had in years for the business is I just can't keep up with the inquiries.
Yeah,
there needs to be something that can automate this, but I want it to be able to be automated that it gives the information that suits a certain climate, suits what I would say, and again with you, what you would say too, and then it's just not spitting out. Like when ChatGPT first came out, I tried sending emails with it. Yeah. And it was so bad. Yeah. It was really, really bad. Yeah. So that's the big like passion of both of ours. We really want to make sure this is super authentic and that it comes across as personalized and comes across from our voices and what we would actually say, which is why the developer team has really trained it from our videos. Like I've got 650 videos on YouTube or something like that. You've got 169? Yeah, 169. And then tons of short form content and your plans, books, like, mate, there's so much stuff in there. And I think that's the big game changer is actually training it properly. Yeah, 100%. Because you could download a cookie cutter program for Melbourne and go and implement it into your lawn, but it's not taking into account particularly your starting point. Yeah, particularly like exactly what weeds you have
for your grass type, for, methods of repairing that exact type of bare patch, because, different situations and there's different ways to do things where you've got to buy a tool, or you can do it just by, ripping out some sprigs, or, like whatever it may be.
So much stuff, eh? Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the end user is going to come in and answer, I think it's 21 questions that's on there at the moment. And then, exactly, your grass type, how big your lawn is, how much sun exposure, what weeds you've got, all that kind of stuff.
Everything. We've gone down pretty nitty gritty, like even down to how much money you want to spend on it, how much time you've got to spend on it during the week. Like there's so many questions in there to help just tailor it to suit your situation in particular, which is why every single program, whatever you want to call it a program, just advice that it spits out is just going to really be personalized to you and your journey along the way. And it's not going to spit out the same advice that it's going to give to even your mate across the road. Like it's all going to be so different.
Yeah, like real step by step, like, okay, number one, apply this exact herbicide because that's safe for your grass type and because you've got these weeds.
Yeah, and then if you use this herbicide too, you're still able to put out seed in 2 weeks' time because that herbicide doesn't actually prevent weeds coming up. Yeah. Like even bow and arrow.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you knew, but you put bow and arrow out, you can't seed for like 3 months after putting bow
you
and
were
arrow
talking
out.
about that on the last pod, weren't you? But
Yeah,
did
we
Josh
were.
say he did it after 4 weeks?
It was fine, but the strike rate wasn't quite as solid as it could have been.
Always follow those labels, kids.
You got to do it.
But so anyway, like I think that's one of our big fears as well, is that of things not being accurate. And I said it in the other YouTube video, but our biggest fear would be it tells someone to apply Odessa to their rye lawn or something,
Yeah, it decimates it. Yeah,
really like testing it, trialing it, being a person from WA, from Tassie, from Townsville, all over to do things at the right time of year.
Yeah, we'll get some customer feedback and we'll get a few people on board them and see what they think about it. Like
something we need is a name.
We do actually.
We do. So put it out to the YouTube audience, the podcast audience too.
Yeah.
Let us know if you've got a name. We want something punchy, short, probably like one word would be cool.
Yeah. Nice and clean, I
Apple,
reckon.
Uber.
Yeah, apple. Would we just call it ryegrass?
Lawn dogs.
Lawn dogs. Bro, we were talking about feet before now. Didn't they call feet dogs?
Yeah, get the dogs.
Get your dogs out, brother.
So we need a name. If anyone thinks of a name, that would be amazing. You get a free lawn tips bundle.
The lawn dogs. That's what it is now. I'm sorry, but it's just stuck on lawn dogs.
Lawn dogs. The first name I said to you was like, it could be like Lorno or something.
And I was like, yes.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Lorno's actually decent. It's a bit too Aussie, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lorno.
it's not too. I still kind of like it though.
Benno, Nico,
Benno, Nico,
Josho.
Lorno. Benno, Nico, and Lorno.
Benno, the brabos.
Lorno.com.
But yeah, that's we just want to chat about that because that's the whole reason Nick's here. And we're looking forward to it too.
And it's going to launch, like start of spring, late winter.
Yeah.
Is what we're aiming for. So plenty of testing and stuff ahead of us to get it all refined. And
bit more work behind the scenes.
So we're sort of, especially on Instagram, kind of taking people behind the behind the curtain on building it and just getting. We genuinely need help with the name. Like genuinely, please help. But so we're trying to really hopefully get people along on the journey and following along because whether you're someone who probably if you're watching a lawn care podcast, you're probably not maybe necessarily the target audience.
You never know
who doesn't know where to start from.
Yep.
But it's going to be a fun process.
It will be,
and taking it to the moon.
I'm looking forward to it. To the moon.
Actually, there's no
to
lawns
the
on the moon. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
there will be though, mate. You watch out.
Yeah, who knows?
My 5-year plan.
Get a
I
lawn
didn't
tips
talk
mix
about
to
that.
the moon.
Yeah. That's my 5-year goal.
My 5-year goal is to create a path
3 on the moon.
Path 3 on the moon.
Podcast title right there.
Yeah.
Path 3 on the moon.
Path 3 on the moon. That's what you'll be doing. And you're still making YouTube videos at the age of 60.
First path 3 on Mars.
Watch me play 9 holes on the moon. Well, Benny boy, I have got for you a game this week. I know
I'm a little bit scared.
we love a game on this. I reckon, actually, speaking of following from last podcast, I reckon the next game for you boys, next podcast, could be wheelchair time trials.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Like, you got to race like to the green and back.
So just context behind that. If you didn't listen to last week's one, Josh was in a wheelchair. when he was a kid because he pretended to stack it and then he corked his leg so bad he had to go on a school camp and they had to be wheelchaired around.
So good for a
Funny
for a
as.
bump
I
on
think
his
he was
leg.
only in year 8 or something.
Oh,
Year 7 or year 8.
That's good gear. That's good
Classic
stuff.
stuff.
All right, so I've got a would you rather game. I've got 10.
I do like
so
these.
we can keep them as shorter as long as we like. But number 1, would you rather liquid or granular? Every single product, it's either liquid or granular.
Liquid.
Why?
Why? I used to be a granular man. Just sounds weird. But I find you got a lot more flexibility when it comes to liquids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You probably get a bit more response out of your leaf. You can choose to spoon feed it. You can get formulations that can be slow, like controlled release, slow release, or you can get stuff that's up front too. There's a lot more flexibility with it, and probably cost of product is going to be a little bit cheaper over the long run. And I mean, just the nutrients that you can get into your lawn and your soil and stuff. Like it can be leaf focused, like focusing on growing the leaf, where you can get into the root system.
Yeah.
Like you can go between seaweed products, you can go between high N, high P, high K. You know what I mean? You can get in your micronutrients in there too, especially like liquid iron.
Yep.
I just find there's a lot more control over a lot of different variables, and it's a lot, less chance of burn.
Yep.
See results pretty quickly.
Mm.
The only thing I would miss though at Reno time having granular.
Yeah.
I would miss having granular at Reno
Yeah.
time because it really it does take your lawn to that next little pop.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you?
See, I actually would go granular.
Yeah, there you go.
If everything could be granular, if everything was available in granular, and I'm also think of it in terms of a time thing. Because
a lot of people, I get a lot of questions about why don't you sell a granular wet and aging because they find it's quicker.
I was talking to Nathan from My Own Turf actually, he's raving about granular wetter that he's gotten onto. But I just I think in terms of, and I'm more so, maybe not necessarily for myself because I'm obviously happy to take the time to spray and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of granular, for me on my little buffalo lawn, 70 square meters, 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, just chuck it in, put it out. Don't have to wash the sprayer out.
Bang, irrigation, walk away. Whereas even it's not that much quicker to spray the buff 70 squares of buff than it is to spray the 470 of kike, because by the time you get it out, you put the water in, you mix it up, you rinse it out, you blah blah blah. It's like 20-ish minutes to 25, I think, to do the buff, start to finish and clean out the sprayer.
It's a big time thing.
Versus, and just getting gum boots on and gloves and all that sort of stuff. Whereas granular, it's just tip it in there, bang, you're done.
Must be the greenkeeper in me.
Yeah.
From liquid feed and greens, because for me it's satisfying.
Yeah.
Getting out there, spraying it, taking the time, not rushing. It's something in my life I've worked on a lot, is try not to rush into everything I do.
Oh, teach me.
Oh, mate, it's a struggle. Even when I put my shirt on in the morning, I'm like,
I've got stuff to do.
I'm just like, go. So for me, it's like that. You get out, you're in your space, you're relaxing. It's like when you do a mow and you're just loving it, and you're just in that space. You either listen to music or you're just listening to nothing. For spraying for me is that late afternoon spray.
Yep,
it's a dream, mate.
Yep. No, look, I for me personally, and for all of those reasons you mentioned, liquids are awesome. But in terms of just being able to
convenience,
maybe I need to come with more of your attitude of slowing down and enjoying the spray.
I'm still working on it, bro.
Number 2, you can only choose one: weed or grub prevention for the rest of your life.
That's a tricky one. Can I use grub knockdown?
Yeah, you're allowed to use. I reckon you're allowed to use post-emergence and knockdowns. But
I think I'd
you
go.
can't use the prevention.
It really depends on the situation and what I'm trying to prevent, weed wise. If it's I'm trying to prevent wintergrass, every day of the week I'm going weed prevention, because wintergrass or paspalum or summergrass, I'd probably go with weed prevention, because if I can use a knockdown for. I know the signs of grubs and stuff. I know when something's starting to happen. So I'd probably go weed prevention. Yeah.
Again, I would say grub.
Would you?
Just because of the potential to do damage, I think. And it could be Yeah, especially if you it's like we use our caravan a bit over summer
and you're away
stuff
or
like that.
something.
So it's like if you're away and then,
Gotcha.
sometimes it's just like that. You need to apply, but you get wind and like, I don't know. I think it's a bit more like, a couple of weeds coming through and you pick them out early, potentially. I think I'm more scared of that actual damage from grubs that I'm like.
Have you ever had any pest damage on your lawns?
Had a bit at our first place. But since being in the new one,
Nothing.
I've always used
the Celiprin
and stuff like that.
Fair.
So I haven't actually had a little bit of cooch mite. I didn't talk about it.
In your kike?
No, in my eye.
You can get it in kike.
Yeah, not real common though, is it?
It's more common than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just people don't associate with it because it's normally called cooch mite,
Yeah.
And it's not as, it doesn't show up as bad.
All right, number 3. Would you rather seed and irrigation or turf and manual sprinklers that you have to move once? So you can't just leave it in one spot and it covers everything. You've got to go pick it up and move it to a second location.
I personally enjoy the journey of seeding.
Yes.
And watching the whole process. Like turf's cool, super simple, easy way to do it, but it's done and dusted once you've done your prep work. Whereas, that's also the content creation side of me speaking through that too. Like I enjoy documenting what happened here. Oh, we dealt with this weed. Let's fix that. And I enjoy like almost a fix it up kind of project too. So I'd probably seed an irrigation and have an irrigation. Like once you seed established, you still got the irrigation there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think I'm definitely very scarred from my front lawn of having 5 sections, awkward angles. So 5 sprinklers and then still having a couple of spots that I had to hand water.
Yes.
And so before I redid it and got irrigation and made better shapes and stuff like that, definitely scarred from that. So irrigation for me, I reckon. All right, this will be pretty quick and easy, I reckon. Number 4, reel or rotary?
Reel.
Every day of the week.
Depending though, if I'm cutting the paddock grass, and rotary. But if I'm cutting nice grass,
good lawn,
reel mower.
All right, rotary or reel, but the reel takes triple the time every time you mow. So instead of a 20-minute, it could be a 20-minute rotary.
Oh, it'd be 60 minutes. Wow. How big's the lawn?
Well, let's just go off though. It can either be every single mow you do, it's a 20-minute rotary or it's a 60-minute cylinder.
Man, if I had all the time in the world, I'd go the reel. But I got kids, business, a wife, plenty of hobbies. Yeah. So grass is one of them, but I got a couple other hobbies too. So probably the rotary. Yeah. I don't know. It depends. It's hard. When it depends. I'm thinking of me like mowing the Tiff Tuff, which is half an acre nearly, the green, which is 1,000 square meters, including the ryegrass, and then I wouldn't want to triple those times. Yeah. It'd be so long.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah, it would get to a point where it's a bit ridiculous. Number 6, would you rather deal with a shade problem or a pet problem, like a big dog?
That's a good one. Can you get rid of the dog or get rid of the tree?
Nah, the dog's staying, the tree's staying.
I don't know. That is actually stumped me.
Gotcha.
Tree stumped me. Is the whole yard shaded?
Yep.
Yep, dog. I'd deal with the dog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. I was sort of leaning towards shade.
You're basically not going to have a lawn though if it's shaded all day.
It depends how. Like a shade issue, not fully shaded.
Okay. So
it's like maybe your season's a bit shorter because of sun exposure and potential issue. A bit of soil temp stuff. But it's like my back fence. Like my back fence line dies nearly every year, and I'm like, when I do an end of summer kind of clean out, I just really try to leave that back area alone because early, late in the season, it's like it's going to spend 4 months in shade and just die off. So I'll leave it alone a bit more.
Tell you what though, Josh has got 3 dogs, and he's got a couple of wee spots, but I'd rather that than shade, I think.
Yeah. See, my part of the world as well, if it was, a nice amount of shade that gave it a little bit of protection as well from the hot sun, I could run cool season.
Yeah. It would still be like I had shady spots on my ryegrass and they were spindly. Like
Yeah.
it's thin and you can see like you'll get weeds coming through all the time. So that's the other thing.
Maybe more of a fescue kind of.
Yeah, you go fescue, you could even get to buffalo, mate.
Bit of buff.
Bit of buffalo.
Love a bit of buffalo.
Yep, you do anyway.
I like my buff.
Tell you what, are you, after getting a bit of cooch, I mean, you haven't had the best season with it, so you probably haven't got a good opinion of it yet. But what do you like the texture of leaf-wise more? The kike or the cooch?
I think the cooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a shocker of a season to try and enjoy, you know, from triple the average rainfall in November to
And then it flipped.
4 mils of rain across 7 weeks or something that we had and multiple 40 pluses, like tough season for new turf. And it's just absolutely humming now. But yeah, I've been loving it the last, you know, few mows after that reno I just did. Like it's been really nice.
Yeah.
But I still just like, if people haven't seen much of my stuff before, like I love stripes.
Yeah.
Really love cutting my kike, and I've got some good angles I can work off in the backyard. And so I do cut up a bit taller at sort of 20-ish and kind of
Still nice and short for kike though, really.
Yeah, have a bit of leaf to stand over, and it's really, you know, tight with how much I've worked on it for a few years. But so I do still enjoy kike and stand by that. But yeah, the cooch is really nice too.
Yeah.
So
Suit different situations. So.
yes. All right. Would you rather one massive reno per year and no grooming or anything else, or not do a full reno but you need to do a mini reno every month? So like not just a little groom, it's like a bit more aggressive than that.
I've basically done that this year on the green. It's like mini reno every
That
month.
is a bit more like green sort of maintenance than home maintenance. But
Yeah.
say for your front lawn when it was kike or now cooch, one massive reno and then you're just mowing for the rest of the year.
It depends on how big the mini reno is. Say if it takes a week to repair, I'd go big reno every day of the year, because like as in that's the one I would choose, because your lawn's just always going to be looking funky at some point of the year because you're doing so many renos, you know what I mean? And if the mini reno is just like grooming,
Yeah.
100% I'd just do the grooming. But if it's like actually aerating every single time,
Bit of a top dress.
I'd go with the once a year.
Yeah.
And just keep up on my regular mowing so I don't
just
get
gonna
that thatch build up.
It's just going to get tough because that thatch is always going to come.
Yeah.
The thatch start coming and it don't start coming.
But say if you decided that you're only doing one big reno and you weren't going to do grooming and stuff, I'd just go super low inputs of nitrogen, make sure I'm keeping up on my regular mowing, like really, really keeping up with it.
Yeah.
That's probably how I'd go about it, yeah.
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 Number 8, keep doing what you're doing for work now for half the money or get triple the money. Let's say $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Or get $2 million a year, but become a mega star. So we're talking TV shows, award nights, regular travel. What are you doing? Half the money or 2 mil?
I told you I'm an introvert, so regular travel, being a TV star would not be my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'd rather do what I'm doing now, love it, and get half the pay. Like as I've said to you before, like money's not my driver for what I do. It's more for the enjoyment of, you know, having more time with the kids. I mean, having your own business sometimes makes it a bit less, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, I think I'd rather be living for lifestyle, style, and family, and focusing on what I've got rather than that next big thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it's just nicer cars and more extravagant.
Yeah,
holidays
maybe
and
I get
stuff,
to
and it's not,
spend some more money on a bottle of wine. Like, I don't really want to.
and way less time with your family.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Number 9. Would you rather let your wife mow or fertilize the lawn?
Mo.
You see, I think mow, but for me, if it was the mow master, and
the
I've got
mower
to go
could,
and I've got to go take the reel to get repaired afterwards because she smashed it into a steel garden.
It's different for me because if I get Emma to go mow the green, like you can't run into anything.
I'll tell you
You
what,
could roll
coming
into
down
the
that little
dam,
slope
maybe.
and getting into the dam, a couple of times, they're like, "Oop."
Yeah, you could roll into the dam, but I mean, at least the mow you can just mow it like 10 minutes afterwards and fix up if something got missed. Like that's not a big problem.
Yeah.
But if something goes wrong with the fertilizer or the application rate's way too high or something, you just kill the lawn.
Oh, it's like that bit I spilt out of the spreader. Like, man, that patch still is like
Really?
just grows and
Plug it out.
Yeah, I need a just drown it and leach it all out of there.
Yep.
Number 10. Have a perfect lawn, but you can never talk about it, or an average lawn, but everyone compliments you about it.
I'd rather have a nicer lawn.
I'd take the perfect one too.
Yeah. I don't really like. I mean, I talk on YouTube, but I mean, I'd love to just enjoy it. You know, it doesn't really worry me. I don't care about talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if that stops me doing YouTube videos, then I would have to take the average lawn, I guess.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I talk about
ignore
grass on it. Like,
Yeah,
but if it's just a generic, like when you go down and catch up with your mates, you can't talk about your grass. Well, I'll take the better lawn every day.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It was frustrating me. My neighbour was complimenting me a few weeks ago on the front lawn because, we had some heat stress and stuff. Like it turned from wet to hot and dry very quickly. And anyway, and he was saying, "Oh, your lawn's looking all right." I'm like, "Mate, this is rubbish."
It's like a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
Oh, it's like, mate, it's... nah.
You're a dog.
Stop complimenting me. Come back in a few weeks. Feels dirty.
Just wait till it actually looks good, right?
It feels dirty. Don't say this looks good. This is yuck.
Just disgusting. See that yellow patch right there? Yuck.
Yeah.
It's
That's
funny,
it for
eh?
me, mate. That's all the would you rather.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for the pod.
Done,
Thanks for coming in, mate.
done like a dead duck.
I've never heard that before, but we'll end with that.
Yo, mate, what up? Welcome to another Lawn Tip Pod. Join the boys on the job. Lawn Tips Pod, come on.